EGM Network.
From Studio A in sunny Florida, welcome to Beauty and the Beach Radio, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. Today's show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And here's your host and glamour girl, makeup artist, Cindy Goetz.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. I'm Cindy Goetz, your host. Can you believe we are so much into 2026 already? It is insane. Like a month has already gone by. I can't believe it. But we are rocking and rolling here at the studio, and we have one of my favorite guests today. My question to you is, do you struggle with balance? We're going into a new year, and so often we talk about goals and resolutions, and already by now, a month into the year, you're kind of like, oh, darn it. I've not done my goals. I've not done my resolutions. I haven't been to the gym. I haven't done my push-ups, so I'll just wait till next year. So don't wait till next year. Our guest today, she's so inspiring. She inspires me every day. She's going to help us. So here we go. So we're going to talk about healthy habits, okay, that actually stick. And she has come up with 4 things to live by. So she's going to give you her 4 things she lives by, and she's going to pass this on to you. So hopefully this will help you reboot your new year. Our guest today, she is owner of Lift Vera Fitness Center, along with her husband, Steve. And together they are truly some of my biggest fitness motivators. When Bonnie's not tuning up her body at the gym, she's tuning up her talents, playing trumpet and leading her voice as a horn player and lead singer in the band Riptide. She's an active church member, a devoted dog mom, an incredible friend, and someone who inspires everyone around her, including me, to live healthier, fuller lives. Please welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio, my guest and my friend, Bonnie Pfiester.
Thank you. You're always too kind. Like, who are you having on the show? I thought you were having me. Yeah, who is that awesome person?
Oh my gosh, Bonnie. You have so much going on in your life, and I know you do what you love, and you can tell, like you love, having your gym with your husband. You actually play in a band with your husband and your family. Yes. Like, you really have just a wonderful job. You were telling me offline, you're starting to coach, do some online coaching.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so many wonderful things going on. And I love that you're my go-to when it comes to motivation, especially, trying to look and feel better. And so you've come up with these 4 concepts. I think you've had them around for a while. So let's dive right in. What's the concept? Why rules? Why 4 rules?
With fitness, separate that from all other areas of our lives. We tend to be okay with having rules in our lives. We know that, if we quit paying our car payment, it's going to get repoed. I mean, There's repercussions to not following rules and guidelines. And for some reason with our health, I think we set it aside as like it's optional.
Sure.
And we use our emotions to determine whether we do something or not, and not decisions. And, that's not something we apply in our marriage. I mean, like, I can't kiss every boy I see that think it's cute. It just wouldn't fly with Steve.
Yeah.
There's certain rules.
And that's why I'm not married.
But, guidelines are healthy for us. And with fitness, I just... this is 15 years ago or so when I created these 4 rules to success. It was built basically to hold myself in check. Like, these are just some simple rules anybody can live by, and that can keep me in check even when I'm traveling or whatever. And it works, because really fitness, it needs to be a decision. I think I'm helpful when it comes to motivating people, because I'm not the girl that wakes up going, I can't wait to go to the gym today. That's never been the case, ever, ever, ever. Steve, when we were getting ready for church yesterday, he put his gym bag out and he said, put your gym clothes in there. And I was like, are you kidding me? Really? Like, he wanted to go to the gym after church, and I was like wanting a day off. And, I realized that and of course I went, and I was glad I did. But it's always been a decision, not based on emotions of whether I'm motivated or not. And I think since that is in my heart, I can help motivate other people. in a way of like, I understand, I don't want to go to the gym either, but I do it, and look at the rewards when you do it. So focusing on the guidelines can help you follow through.
Got you. So the foundation of the rule concept is creating boundaries, if you will. Just like you said, I love the example of, okay, you can't just not pay your utility bill. So treat these rules more as an actual law, if you will, law of life, right?
Yeah, because there's repercussions.
Yes.
We may fool ourselves into thinking that we can get by with it. But the older we get, those repercussions are more and more and more real.
Okay, so I'm going to be transparent. So speaking of, we can't fool ourselves. I love to work out, but I have not been working out because the holidays have just absolutely exhausted me, Bonnie. And now I'm going into the new year and I'm out of habit, right? And Bonnie is my go-to beautiful fitness. Like, she's gorgeous. She's done, all these competitions. So every time I see her, I want to suck my tummy in, and I'm wearing these pants that are a little tight, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to lose 5 pounds. And I'm like, shoot, and you can't hide it. You're like, oh, dang it. So I know I need to get to the gym, even though I don't want to, but sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it's something that you have to kind of accept and already know that this is going to be a challenge for the rest of my life. But it's something that I've decided that if I want that end result, if I don't want to be in a walker when I'm 75 and I want to be vibrant and healthy, I need to be investing in my health. It's not just about our waistline and how we feel in clothes. It's just so much more. And it's really important to put, the whole reason like law and guidelines and rules in marriage and all that kind of stuff exists is because you're trying to prevent the bad thing, the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Absolutely.
You're trying to prevent divorce. You're trying to prevent going bankrupt. There's big, real repercussions. But I think some of those things are very, very obvious. And like when you get the late payments every month, maybe if we sent out, as our gym sent out stuff like fat payments, warning, you have now three, your chances of dying early is 3 times more now because you skipped the gym, but we just don't think about it. So we kind of fool ourselves into thinking
there is no fitness police or health police that is over. And
nobody wants it. I mean, I already feel like I wear a fitness collar, like the priest collar. Confession spews out of people every time I go anywhere.
I know. I'm confessing I'm 5 pounds over. I'm like, I can't take it. Well, let's dive right in. I think everybody is curious, interested. I think we all can relate, Bonnie, to the frustration of wanting to set goals, wanting to be fit, but dropping off. So you're going to help us get back on track. So here we're going to start with your 4 rules of how to have a great life. Number 1, you say never go 3 days without exercise. Give it to me, girl.
Okay. So my thought is once, you have to have a weekend off. I mean, you might travel. A couple of days off isn't going to kill you.
Yeah.
And so my 3-day mentality is just like, if I can just, even if I am going out of town for a long weekend, even if it's just a mile walk or do something, it just helps me stay consistent with that consistency, having a regular workout every week. So 3 days kind of is my thing in my head, that if I break that, then I'm starting to get into a pattern where where I possibly could start getting lazy, or like when I was sick earlier this year, I have to admit, I had a great excuse why I was in the gym, but it was really hard to get back into that pattern. And I'm a regular exerciser. If it's hard for me just after being sick for a week, how hard is it for someone else just starting up? So it's just a rule.
Well, I love that you love our pain. I love that you can recognize it. Devil's advocate, if somebody says, okay, fine, Bonnie, but if I can't do a full workout, what's the point?
Well, that's something, balance. When you first started this whole show, you mentioned the word balance, because balance is absolutely the thing that people struggle with the most. They tend to be all or nothing. They do something great. They're like, I love working out when I have time and when I have this, and if the world, if the stars are aligned,
That's right.
But
the moon is just right.
But as soon as I've had a bad day, I would rather go home and meet my girlfriend for a glass of wine or something else, anything else but working out.
Yep.
So, the balance is a key issue that we have to address. And so one of the things that I tell people is that anything's better than nothing. Nothing is complete failure. And so if you can just wrap your head around, honestly, even just getting on the floor, doing a few sit-ups, doing a few air squats, and just kind of getting your blood pumping and stuff like that helps you stay in a consistent rhythm.
So you have something that is a 7-minute workout. It sounds like this would be the perfect way to kind of add this in. So if someone's like, I don't have time, it's raining or it's cold. I mean, it's been below 50. Let's face it, we all become those iguanas that fall out of trees in Florida.
I'm a sissy runner.
Right? I know. It's like, I don't want to go out there. So if someone's like, okay, I can't make it to the gym, give us that 7-minute workout. So maybe that could be helpful if someone doesn't feel like they can get their full workout.
Yeah. So that started because I have a realtor that I'm coaching as a friend of mine from a long time ago that reached out to me recently. And she lives in Ocala, and she's just super busy. She's opening a new building, and, she's just been crazy. And I gave her, 20-minute workouts, and that wasn't working. And I was like, listen, okay, I'm going to give you something I think you can wrap your head around. No weights, nothing, just a 7-minute simple workout that you can be done with. Anybody should be able to do that. Let's just start small and work on the consistency. And there's a lot you can do in 7 minutes if you're working with intention.
Sure. Okay. Do you want to give it to us, or is that? Or
it's too complicated.
Okay, call Bonnie Pfiester. We'll give you the number afterwards.
It's too much.
That. But I guess I love you're giving the hope to people, because even 7 minutes can make a difference.
Absolutely.
With on purpose, exercising. So
Absolutely.
That is great. Rule number 2. So 1 is never go 3 days without exercise. Number 2 is minimum of 3 workouts per week.
Right.
So talk to us about that.
So, and we actually structured our lift training program at our gym based on that same principle, which is, Mondays is leg day. If you come to the gym Monday, we don't give you options, because people will choose whatever they want to do, not what they need to do. So Mondays is leg day, Wednesday upper body, Friday's full body day. That's a weight training routine. But that's 3 days a week, and you've hit all your body parts twice a week, which is ideal. So 3 times a week is great. That's ideal. It's even with American Heart Association gives guidelines on how many minutes we should be working out. It falls within that as well. So
there's a lot of science behind that 3.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, there's magic in that 3.
Yes.
So just trust it.
Trust it.
I got it.
It's not just coming from me. It's coming from lots of smarter people than me.
Well, it's easy to remember, too. Never go 3 days, all right, without exercising, and a minimum of 3 workouts per week.
Yeah.
So we got a little theme here going. Okay, rule number 3 is never, this is hard because we are actually recording on a Monday, which is not our normal day. But rule number 3 is never miss a Monday. So when I'm driving here, Bonnie, I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to work out today.
I'm going to the gym afterwards if you want to join me.
I have to work, but I promise I will do something. So talk to us about never miss a Why Monday? Talk to us about this.
Mondays are like New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
It's like January 1st.
Yes.
It's of the week.
Yes.
And, that's the thing. A lot of times I think people struggle with starting a new program, new diet or whatever, because all they're thinking about is all the times they failed. Right. And I'm like, take that mind shift and flip it and think, I should be proud of myself that I've never given up because I'm struggling.
Got you.
Struggling is actually the evidence that I've never given up. So by committing to never missing a Monday, Mondays are a day to restart, start fresh. Whatever you did, I was talking to a client this morning. She blew it yesterday, but she has the good mindset of and healthy mindset of, all right, now I'm learning myself a little bit more, why I did it, how I screwed up, and today's a new day, and it's gone. Yesterday's gone.
All right, we're getting questions, right? Live questions. Okay. Can your Monday be another day?
Oh yeah, totally, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where's the applause?
Yeah. There he goes. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, totally. There's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. You can do pretty much whatever. Typically we always we'll take a day off in between workouts so our body can recover and repair. Before, especially if we're going to hit the same body part again, even more so. But yeah, we used to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday a lot because people traveled a lot on the weekends, and that was a good routine. Yeah. But yeah, these are just like I was saying, these are just kind of simple guidelines and rules to apply however you need it. It's the same thing with some people eat dinner at dinner time, like our dinner time. But then there's people that work the night shift and they're like, when I eat dinner? And I'm like, well, when you're going to, or like when I'm going to eat breakfast. Well, when you're going to start your day, you might start your day at a different time than mine.
Sure.
So same thing applies the week.
So what I'm hearing is it's giving us permission to do a reset every week.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, you're staying on point. You're staying on purpose, staying with your goals.
Yeah, we need
Love
it.
that, yeah.
We need a reset. We need a daily reset. I mean,
and that accountability.
Absolutely. Every morning, it's like, no matter what happened yesterday, I can't beat myself up. All I can do is learn from it. I'm smarter today than I was yesterday because I live with myself and I'm learning from what I messed up on.
Well, I feel like we saved the best rule for the last. It's my personal favorite. So let me make sure we go through these real fast. So far, we've hit number 1, which is never go 3 days without exercise. Number 2 is minimum of 3 workouts per week. Number 3, never miss a Monday. And number 4 truly is my favorite because this is something that I have as a professional when I was right out of college and trying to build a career and, grow. And this was something that was in my head a lot. And I can see where it can make you successful in these 4 points. And it's never give up. That's your 4th rule, never give up. I love that so much. Talk to us about why that's so important.
Well, that is something, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, you've seen never give up in many different forms for years. And I think sometimes we've gotten numb to what that really means. And, and maybe we think of these grandiose things of never give up on these major dreams. And I'm like, no, you just need to not ever give up today, not to give up doing something today, something this week. A lot of us fool ourselves into thinking we're not giving up. We're just not going to do it until next month or next year, or we're going to do it when it's better timing. And I'm like, no, we need to apply these principles to stay healthy, to stay consistent, and decide we're not giving up even this week to try to apply those principles and some of the most basic healthy habits that we can possibly do. So this is not grand, a pro athlete dream, never give up like we see on TV a lot of times. This is like, I need to not give up on myself. I am worth, my health is worth, my family and friends and everybody that I need to be healthy for are worth me continuing to try, even when it's not fun, because trying is not fun, especially if you have 50 or 100 pounds to lose. You can make progress and still feel like you're failing because it's not fast enough and all this kind of stuff. So you have to everything healthy wise and fitness starts in our head. We got to get our mind right. We have to get our mind set on making healthy decisions, making these consistent guidelines and following through, making rules for yourself. And then start practicing them. We're not going to nail it, but it's just a practice.
So speaking of the mindset, we have about a minute before we go to station break real fast, because this is another one of the things that I'm trying to teach myself, failing forward to success. Talk to us about that mentality. It's huge.
Yeah.
And you and I are perfectionists. I mean, I know I am. And I see that you like to have things done, well as well. And so sometimes I stop myself. It's like, well, unless I'm going to be perfect, I'm not even going to start. Well, that's the dumbest thing ever.
It's totally dumb.
And so I'm trying to teach myself, fail forward. And I've done that in business. And now I'm trying to do that in some new endeavors. So talk to us about that mentality.
I think, we tend to, it's a weird balance because you don't want to use that as a scapegoat, like I'm failing forward and I'm failing like 10 years, I'm failing forward. You're still, you haven't made progress. It's really just the mentality of realizing that I am expecting to fail in advance. So I'm prepared to react appropriately.
Gotcha.
And not give up and not let it beat me up because we're human. We are going to mess up.
Yes. That's such a good message. You guys, we have to go to station break where we're with Bonnie Pfiester. We're talking about her 4 rules to live by. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Well, it's that time of year. It's time for the Vero Beach Prayer Breakfast. Charlie Kirk's close friend and pastor, Rob McCoy, will be joining us to share his crucial insights. Also speaking is English author and theologian Oz Guinness.
The Vero Beach Prayer Breakfast will be held Thursday, February 12th at the Indian River County Fairgrounds. Tickets are selling fast at VeroBeachPrayerBreakfast.com. That's VeroBeachPrayerBreakfast.com.
There's one Broadway musical critics are calling despicable, diabolical, unseemly, and, oh yes, ingenious. The New York Times calls it amongst the most inspiring musical in years. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Don't miss the bloody brilliant winner of the Tony Award for Best Musical and the new undisputed king of musical comedy. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Now playing through February 1st at the Riverside Theater. Get tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
Are you a therapist or a nurse seeking the multi-state compact license? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. I'm Cindy Goetz, your host. We want to thank Dale Sorensen Real Estate for making sure that we get on air and talk to you about wonderful things like the 4 principles to live by with Bonnie. And so Dale Sorensen Real Estate, thank you so much. Whether you're buying or selling a home, please reach out to them. They know what they're doing. They have over 200 agents. They've been around since 1978. So whether you're buying or selling, give them a call, 772-231-4712 or SorensenRealEstate.com. We are back with Bonnie Pfiester, owner of Lift Fitness here in Vero Beach. And we're talking about her 4 rules to live by. Bonnie, we were just wrapping up about failing forward, to success. You have something like a point system to set them up for success. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay,
if you
so
could.
take no credit for this. I'm totally re-quoting Jim Gallagher from Calvary Chapel.
Oh, right, okay.
As many people do know, he's a big surfer. He loves surfing.
Yes, yeah.
And he said he was making a point of talking about in gymnastics. When you mess up, as soon as you mess up, you get docked a point. You start off with 10, you're perfect, yep. And you keep on going downward. Well, surfing is the opposite. You start with 0, and every good thing you do, you get a point, you get ding. And it was like, and that mindset, it can be so different when we apply it to fitness. Of we got up and we ate breakfast. We ate a high protein breakfast. Ding, I got a point. Yeah. Not as soon as you mess up.
That's how I work.
Yeah,
I like. I don't like being subtracted.
So that's one way to kind of kind of flip everything to be thinking more positively about all your efforts instead of constantly being so critical.
Wow. I love that. If somebody, we're going to have to wrap this up. If somebody's listening right now, Bonnie, and they are struggling and they're like, I have tried, going to the gym and I'm too tired or blah, blah, blah. Like, what is your advice to these people that want to take your principles? Where's the first step?
Well, there's a lot of great gyms in town. And everybody has their own flair on what they do and stuff like that. I think the reason we see so much results for us is because we put accountability as a really high priority.
Gotcha.
And so no matter whether you're working out at another gym or with us or whatever, accountability is key. Whether you do accountability coaching like I do online or with my clients, or you have a buddy that you're going to the gym with, accountability is just absolutely key to help you stay consistent with whatever those goals are. So share your goals, make a pact with somebody or hire a coach or go to somewhere that specializes in accountability. And you'll definitely see you sticking with it a lot easier than being alone. But just trying to do this alone, life isn't meant to do alone anyway, and fitness definitely isn't meant to do alone.
Listen, I agree, and we've got about 30 seconds, and I just want to share that I totally get that. When I was marathon training, we would get up, Bonnie, at 4 a.m. to run because sometimes we would have to run for hours. You're trying to eventually get in 22 miles of running. You never make it to the full amount of marathon running, but at 4 a.m, do you think I would get up by myself?
No.
Absolutely not. So there was a half dozen of us that we would all meet at a certain place, and we all knew we would text the night before. But girl, if I didn't have that, there's no way. Without that accountability, I say no way, but there's a good chance I was not going to get up at 4 on my own to run. But because of the accountability, I did do great training for the marathon, and so I encourage people as well. That's such good advice.
Accountability is scary for people, especially pursuing something new, but it's needed.
If they want to reach you, we got, 20 seconds. Where can they find you if they want that accountability or come see your gym?
They can go to liftbureau.com. There's all kinds of information there, or they can call us at 778-7867. So yeah, reach out. We'd love to meet you.
All right. Doing a little bit is infinitely bigger.
Yes.
And better than what?
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing. I love that. All right, you guys, we'll see you at the gym. All right, let's make it a great day.